It's really great to be back here with you guys. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. If you didn't see it, the link is in the description box below. Money is one of those things that when we, start to talk about it, everybody gets a little bit queasy. It's a little taboo to talk about it. You're not supposed to talk about how much money you make. You're not supposed to talk about how much money you have saved. You're not supposed to talk about, how much you paid for your house, or if you're renting, or if you own your home. Part of the reason why it's so uncomfortable to talk about money is because we have how much money we have or how much money we earn equal our worth or our value. Before I go into this more deeply, I want you to understand that energy and money are along the same vibration. And what I mean by that is, yes, the way that you feel about yourself is often reflected in your financial health. But that's not to say that just because you have a lot of money or you own a lot of assets, that your self-esteem, your sense of self, or your self-love connection is high. Let's talk about this whole idea of your, value being tied up in your net worth. What happens, and this is how it relates to spending, is when you don't feel good enough, when your relationship with yourself, your self-love connection is very weak, you're constantly going outside of yourself to try to fill yourself up. And what this looks like is overspending like crazy. So if you're constantly walking through the malls or constantly shopping online, you might want to just take a look at what is driving your constant need. Is it because you have a fear that you'll never have enough? And where that originates from is feelings of you feeling like you are not enough? Is it because, you're just constantly scared about the future, so you feel the need to hoard or to buy constantly? Or let's look at some other reasons. Is it because you feel like you just don't look the part? So a lot of times people will overspend and they'll buy the most expensive bag and the most expensive shoes and the most expensive car, and their house has to be loaded from top to bottom. And it's because they don't feel like they're enough. So all of their assets and the things that they put on their body need to be really rich and full. This way, people will like them, or certainly think that they hold more value than they themselves feel they hold. If you are living from paycheck to paycheck, and it's because of your spending habits, you're spending tons of money on clothes, you're spending tons of money going out, and then you find that you're struggling to pay your bills, it usually has a lot to do with, the connection you have with yourself. What I'd love for you to do is just ask yourself, write it down. Why did I buy? And then list the item that you bought. Now, obviously things like, your house, your car, and stuff like that, those things are necessities. But what you can do is you can say, why did I buy this particular car? Why did I buy this particular house? And then if you have luxury items, you can ask yourself, why did you buy them? If you start to notice a pattern, if you say things like, let's say you're in college or university and you say, I buy the rounds for everyone all the time because it makes me feel good, that's a red flag. If you're I bought my children 5 Christmas gifts instead of the 2 Christmas gifts, even though it's what we could afford, because I really want to make them happy, that's a red flag. The other thing that I want to just be very clear about is it's not one way or the other. If you're working with a coach or you're working with an expert, then they'll be able to help you comb through and work through what you're doing, or if you're spending something out of a lack of self-esteem, or if it's actually from a healthy place. When you're spending your money this Christmas and you're buying gifts, really, really look very hard and ask yourself if you're spending what's affordable, if you are making choices that are healthy for you, or if you're simply just going along with what you think is socially acceptable or publicly acceptable, I hope that these examples have been helpful for you and that they've given you a bit of insight into your spending habits and things that you can ask yourself so that you make better choices this holiday season than you did the last holiday season. Holidays are meant to be fun. They're not meant to be stressful, but it's really up to us to create the boundaries and the rules for ourselves rather than just going along with pre-existing rules to ensure that the holidays are fun for us. Last but not least, I want to say, like, if you're having fun and you love spending and you can afford it and it feels great, then do it. There's nothing wrong with having lots of money and spending your money and, playing with money and having fun with money. This is not about depriving or being restricted. This video, and more specifically what I was speaking about earlier, is for people who maybe are not in the best financial position right now. Chances are, if you're not in the best financial position right now, it's not a new phenomenon. You probably have some very damaging and self-sabotaging mental thoughts around money. Your money mindset is not very healthy, and that's why it keeps perpetuating. And that's what this video is about you asking the tough questions so that you can start to change your money mindset. As always, it's been such a pleasure doing this video for you. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and leave me some comments. I love it when you guys share comments with me. If you're not following me on Instagram, then don't forget to do that. My handle is @ModernDayWiseWoman. It's all one word and all capitals. And that's the same handle that I am using on Periscope. And last but not least, if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, definitely do that right now by clicking the link right up here. It makes sure that you get my videos delivered to your inbox the moment that they're published. Self-Love Master Class comes out every Tuesday at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those eager viewers who want to jump right on it before I send the links out to other social media outlets. Well, enjoy your week, and I will see you back very soon. Mwah.